day to become an Australian citizen. As you know, this is a very auspicious date in our national calendar, the day we celebrate the birth of modern Australia. It's a date that has a big history, a complicated history, a history that we grapple with and we debate more and more as the years pass. It's not something we put in our citizenship test, but Australia Day, which marks the planting of the British flag at Sydney Cove and the beginning of colonisation, is also a symbol of the unfinished business we have with our first Australians in this country. Right across Australia, there is a national debate taking place about how we can make this anniversary an inclusive one, how we can use it to bring together all the peoples of our country together to heal the deep wounds inflicted on Indigenous people since we arrived as invaders in 1788. And the city of Darebin has been playing its part in those debates for over 60 years. It was here in Darebin, down at Batman Park, on Australia Day in 1957, that Aboriginal leader and activist Pastor Sir Doug Nicholls made his famous speech calling for the great gulf between white Australia and our first Australians to be bridged. Standing on the stage with the Mayor and councillors from the city of Northcote, Sir Doug spoke about the discrimination and disadvantage that had plagued Aboriginal Australia since Europeans colonised their lands. Powerfully, he made the case that Australia's first people had been cast aside and been forgotten by modern Australia. But he did not speak of recrimination or deaths. This is what was so powerful about his speech. This is what captured the imagination of the crowd and helped to establish the reconciliation movement in this country. He asked only that we extend the hand of friendship, that we recognise our first people, and that we afford the same chances and opportunities. What an incredible Australia Day they had here in Darebin 60 years ago. Well, I want to honour that tradition here today, and I want to recognise that this wonderful ceremony takes place on Aboriginal land, the land of the Wurundjeri, land that was never ceded. And as we extend the hand of friendship to you, our newest Australians, I want to reaffirm our pledge to work with our oldest Australians towards real recognition, real reconciliation, so that they too can feel fully and inseparably Australian. As a council, we have work to do to move towards this kind of reconciliation, and in the spirit of Sir Doug's speech, I want to extend a hand of friendship to local elders and to say we are listening, we have open hearts, and we are ready to hear what we need to do to work towards this healing. Maybe it will mean shifting the date on which we celebrate the nation to a date that can be owned by the first Australians as much as the rest of us. This is a conversation we need to have as a city and as citizens. Maybe it will mean more other practical actions, schemes for restitution of Indigenous land, or for housing, or for scholarships. There are all kinds of things our council can do, and I want to restart that conversation during my term as Mayor. But this is also a conversation that you, as citizens, can be part of. We all play a role in shaping and building a better Australia, a more just Australia. We all play a role in healing the wounds, building these bridges and righting the wrongs of our predecessors. As we look to the future and learn from our past, I put it to you that Australia will remain an unfinished project until true reconciliation occurs. And it is this, the dedicated work of so many Australians to bridge gulfs, to right injustices, to break down barriers, and to come together as one people. This is what makes Australia worth celebrating. That is the Australia I am celebrating today, and that is the Australia I want to welcome you to.